Hey, Good Fox here. So, I want to do a little ranking of the golden tickets from top to bottom, 1 to 21. I've used just over half of them. I know 4 came out today, so I haven't used those yet. I'm going to kind of infer from other cards where I want to go, and I'm going to kind of give my reasoning for why I think these cards are where I rank them on the list. It's not just going to be performance, a little bit of prices factored into them, a little bit of fun factor. There'll be some position availability and scarcity. I mean, some positions that I'll get into the cards when I get there, because some positions are kind of flooded with golden tickets, so a few of them get hit for that reason or get pushed down. But I'll go through each of those as we get there. I think the easiest one of this entire list to put together, this is so easy to do right off the bat. LaDainian Tomlinson, middle linebacker card, a short user, middle linebacker. Sure, he's a good card, but man, this just goes to show what EA does. They could literally make any card. They skipped over the 6'8" wide receiver and the 6'9" tight end that they could have made. They made a 5'10" middle linebacker card. Man, I have no words. EA, once again, by hook or by crook, somehow they always screw us. All right, next up, number 20. I'm not even going to look at the Daniel Thomas's stats here. I guess I can do it. Cunningham's going to be number 20 here. He's number 20 basically because he's not much of an upgrade over his Ultimate Legend card. As many of you know, Cunningham came out. I think, yeah, you guys can see that pretty well. Cunningham came out. He submitted the ticket before Cunningham came out a couple days later, so I think he put it in the 10th. He came out the 12th as an Ultimate Legend. So this one isn't much of an upgrade there. So even though his performance has him up there with other golden ticket quarterbacks, he is not going to be there because, well, 1, 97 throw power, so he screwed up to go deep. And 2, it just isn't that interesting of a card because we've already played with Cunningham. All right, so that's. Oh, I guess I could show LaDainian Tomlinson stats too here. I mean, it's not terrible. 95 speed middle linebacker with footsteps and secure tackler. It's just overshadowed so much by the other linebacker cards, and I mean, the footsteps is kind of cool, but you got like Urlacher as a card. You got other, like 87 block shed isn't golden ticket worthy. So that's why he was last. So I guess let's go back to the ranking list. Number 19 for me. So these bottom 3 are pretty easy. This one is another one that's very similar to Cunningham. The creator basically made a bad card because he chose a bad card to make. Yet when you can't upgrade run blocking on a wide receiver, you cannot choose Randy Moss as your wide receiver. Let me get you guys a little bit better so you can see the whole screen here. All right, so you cannot choose Randy Moss as a wide receiver if you can't upgrade run blocking. He doesn't have toughness, so he can't get to 99 speed. Overall, the performance of this card is going to be amazing, though. Like, don't get me wrong, this card in the field is going to be amazing. The only reason I'm ranking him low is because of the unoriginality and the lack of upgrade from his Ultimate Legend. Like, I'd rather get JuJu here at wide receiver. You'll see him in a little bit, and Ultimate Legend Moss than Golden Ticket Moss. But if you want like a really good performing, if you want your pass game to be great, Golden Ticket Moss is fine. He's just way overpriced. So that's why he's ranked number 19 on my list, because he's basically overpriced Ultimate Legend. All right, number 18, Mr. Quincy Wilson. All right, now this one should be kind of obvious why he's ranked. So basically the lowest cornerback. He's great in a sense that, run support. He's got secure tackler. If he came out a couple months ago, he'd be a god. But the fact that we got so many other cornerbacks that are doing better than him. So he's stuck at 96 speed. The block shed, like this is godly block shed for a corner. Amazing. But the 96 speed kind of ruins the card because other golden tickets came out higher. It's not like any of these cards are bad. Don't get me wrong. Sure, the creators created and put maybe some less than ideal chems on them. But these are still golden tickets. These cards still fuck. So Quincy Wilson, yeah, you're just bad for a good bunch of cards. All right, moving on to the next one. Number 17, you're going to see number 2 cornerback. Now, this card, he is only rated 17 because I don't run a man-covered scheme. If you run a man-covered scheme, we'll look at Roby's stats here. And yes, it is time to sell your Roby's. Now he's a golden ticket. Man coverage, 90. You can get a 99 speed with a 95. Man coverage, 96 if you have Madden, but not many people do. But basically a man cover god because he's got high acceleration, high agility also. The only downside of this Roby card is when you look at it, the run support stats. He's 608K, so it's actually not a bad price for a golden ticket. The 72 block shed is very good for a normal corner. For if this came out as like a replay or an Ultimate Legend, that'd be very good, and this would be an amazing card. But it's a golden ticket, so that's why it kind of rates a little bit lower. The secure tackler is also, very necessary to stop the run. 84 hit power can be chemmed up to 88, so yeah, pick specialist, nice for catching. man coverage scheme god. Otherwise, he's also a coverage scheme god. He's just lacking a little bit right there. And maybe that could be a little higher too. So that's why Roby gets rated lower, but I can definitely see if anybody disagrees why you would put him higher depending on your scheme. All right, number 16. Now, this McCaffrey would be lower in performance. Like, this guy isn't going to perform better than the cornerbacks right below him. But because he's the only golden ticket running back, that's why he's rated that high. So, positional scarcity on the golden tickets. You know, it's always fun to try out new cards and stuff. And every promo, getting a halfback is always nice. So, McCaffrey, though, but like, don't get me wrong. He's no slouch. This McCaffrey card, 96, technically 97 speed on a running back. You know, it's not Barry. You can get a tier 5 if you really want to juice him out. But, like, look at tier 5. He's going to have the 99 route running. So he's over the 91 threshold for route running for a halfback. Playmaker, never stumble. The playmaker is so nice. I really haven't maximized LT's playmaker. Let me know in the comments if you guys have, if it's glitchy, if you put him on a hitch route or something, and then you playmaker him. But so this will be a great third down back, a receiving back, basically a back that's, scat back. Everybody's into scat, right? German style. Spin move, juke move, glitchy. No stiff arm, though. That's kind of detracts, so he's not like a do-it-all back. Trucking at 93, of course, cracks that threshold, 95 with the motivator. The reason I also don't really like him is because he's kind of lightweight running back. So even if you try to truck, the weight isn't going to bring you forward through a guy as well as a lot of other cards would. All right, so next up, number 15. Now, another one that gets a slight boost for positional scarcity. JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now, the reason I like this card so much is because he is kind of a 3-down wide receiver, whereas Moss down here a little bit lower on the list. He can only play, for pass downs only, whereas JuJu, you could keep on the field the whole time. So, with JuJu here, 1.3 is a little expensive, but 98 speed. If we can max out his go deep too if you want, but 98 speed, very nice. This is what I really like out of the card are these two stats. The fact that he can hold the block well. Like Moss will sometimes, if he gets a right angle on a DB, if he like hits him from the side, he'll be able to wall him off a little bit longer than he should. But that run block is really going to lock down dudes, even on the straight one-on-one against like a cover 2 type of defense. If you can't get a good angle on him, the 82 run block is going to hold a little bit better than other guys. And he's 6'2", so he's not exactly a shrimp. But not exactly like I still prefer like 6'4", 6'5", the Calvins, the Moss's height, or Carmichael would have been an even better wide receiver. If Carmichael would have made it out, he might have been, maybe the best one. So 6'2" really kind of kills the card. He's just a fan of JuJu, I guess. Maybe looking for a retweet or two. All right, next up, let's go back to the notepad. Number 14. People are like, I don't know if you should have him this high. I'm only having him here for performance measures. Now, I see a lot of people hate on this card because it's not that much better than, say, Ultimate Legend, who's also got a, 99, I think, on the Ultimate Legend. So let's bring up Dawkins here. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can you guys see that? No. Dawkins. Here's the thing about Dawkins, though. Because his performance in the field is going to be so well, even if you could get his man coverage up a couple, you can get it up to a 98. So this Dawkins card is basically for your defensive backfield, can do anything. Play any position. His press is a little bit lower than you like for man coverage, but the 98 man with the 99 speed really makes up for it. So if you like man blitzing hard and have your free safety, strong safety, even cornerback, if you put him there, I'm using it at cornerback at CB3 because I have Sean Taylor and Kelvin out there at my safety spots already. So yeah, he could basically, I mean, this is a wonder card. Can you get better than these stats? 97 agility, 98 acceleration? Of course you can a little bit, a couple points. But like all these stats here, like it's just maxed out. Sure, the block shed's a little bit lower. Still beautiful, though. Still great, though. 89. That's pretty high. Not 99, but it's pretty high. So, overall, the Dawkins. Secure tackler and you. Unfakeable isn't as good as it once was. Obviously, there's better red cams you could have done on it, like the out my way type, or... actually, I don't know I think I'd rather have an unfakeable than pick specialist. Pick 6, of course, sucks. But there's a couple red cams you could have gotten. Footsteps might have been interesting, too, on Dawkins. But that's the card we have, and that's the way I rate it for the card we have, not necessarily the card we could get. All right, number 13. This guy, if D-line mattered more, he'd be much higher. So the fact that Aaron Donald ranks 13 on the list of golden tickets is not so much him or what his creator did to him. The fact that, I mean, he's almost 2 million coins, so it shows that the community really likes him if he's going for 2 million coins. He's got good chems, up and secure tackler. I don't know if read and react is necessary. I guess his power moves are already maxed out. Maybe that just helped fit his chemistries. But if you max out physical front, maybe a little read and react style, you get a mother of God in there. But even some speed on D10 tackle. Like, look at these stats, all beautiful. I have a finesse motivator on my crew too, so finesse gets up to 98 for me. Like, this is all just, hey, good looking. What you got cooking? It's Aaron Donald. But the fact that Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle, is a defensive lineman, even though these stats look like pure sex, he cannot perform as well as he cannot make a difference on your defense quite like the other cards I have ranked. So even though he is like far and away like amazing top tier type of card, I just don't respect defensive linemen enough in this game because of the way the pass rush is for him to be rated any higher than 13 on the team. Although I will say he has made some nice plays for me. All right. Number 12, more cornerbacks. Marlin Humphrey. Now, if you're looking at Humphrey, you're like, oh, okay. He's not really well known. Now he is in the muck community. He's going for 1.42. Let me bring you over. 1.42 million. The 97 speed, you can chem that up. Get that bad boy up to 99. He's got secure tackler, out my way. Physical front. Block shed 98. 99 hit power with out my way. I haven't seen out my way light up as much as I feel like it should, say with a cover 3 scheme. I don't feel like he gets the out my way boost, but I have noticed guys that like go against offensive linemen, not even on pulls, they will out my way light up. So it's interesting. I'm not sure exactly what triggers on the out my way yet, but for like power runs, maybe if a guy's coming at him on a power run, this card's gonna be an absolute beast. But the thing that he knocks it down is 6 foot. He's only 6'1", 195, so it's not exactly tall and glitchy like you'll see on guys higher on this list. The 98 catching, but basically every other stat in this card is dang near max. The only issue being the agility for man coverage. So if you're on a man coverage scheme, I can see you not liking this card. Shout out to Marks. So there it is. Great. I'm glad he didn't upgrade tackle because he got secure tackler. So a well put together card. Upgraded very well. This is probably EA's best job for upgrading cards. But yeah, hits everything you'd want to hit. All right, next on the list. Right above him. Wait, Mr. Kyle Fuller. Kyle Fuller. Now, the only reason Kyle Fuller gets above Humphrey is I think I like footsteps slightly better than out my way. And if you would have told me this before I tested these cards out on the field, that I would have said footsteps. They nerfed it. It doesn't really show up that much. I watched Kyle Fuller twice make cards drop balls that were an open read, but that were near him and his footsteps activated. So it's twice out of what? 10 to 15 games? I can't remember. Probably closer to 12. So twice out of 12 games, is that enough for footsteps to matter over out my way? I'm not sure, but the fact that it did light up and the fact that he made an open read and it dropped was kind of a big deal. Whereas out my way, like, because that shuts down an entire play. And maybe they'll get it the next game. But, like, how often do my opponents find open reads that I'm not able to use or anything? It's probably, once every 3 plays that my opponent can find an opening in my defense. If he's able to knock that 1 out of 3 for a drive, that's like a turnover, right? Maybe they convert a 4th down on me. That happens. But, man, that was really nice. So, after the footsteps, we'll take a look at the other stats. Let me know if you guys have seen footsteps light up. I have. It is impressive to watch receivers drop the ball, even though you're only within like 3 yards of them. Not exactly on them. All right, so yeah, a lot of the same things that I said about Humphrey, I'm going to say about Fuller. Man coverage a little bit lower, but zone coverage, press is higher here. Agility is a little bit higher. Otherwise, no complaints on this card. What would you guys take, out my way or footsteps? Let me know in the comments. All right, so that is it for those two, but I would rate Fuller slightly ahead of Humphrey for the footsteps. All right, now we're going to get on to QB Central. Now, the reason I'm going to bunch a lot of these quarterbacks together, except for the Cunningham that you see below, as I explained my Cunningham reasons why he's so low. The quarterbacks that I'm going to bunch together, it's because quarterback is so dang important to your roster. You need a top-end quarterback. We just got a Young who's going to be like a partial price of a lot of these quarterbacks, so you could even rank these a little bit lower for positional needs, but I'm going to put them all together because that's how I think quarterbacks should be rated, because they're all kind of similar with some slight variations. Number 10, I'm going to go Trubisky. He's much like Andrew Luck, draft edition. I like the Andrew Luck. I think Trubisky was done well by the creator. The problem is his stock cards and the stats that EA gave him aren't the greatest. So 89 speed can be chemmed up to 90. Gunslinger, conductor, the standard too on a lot of these things. So he gets his throw power up to 99, but you are going to need tier 5 go deep to get him there. So you're going to have to rearrange your roster and make sure you have that. Carrying at 76, a little bit lower than you'd like to see. Something that I wanted all golden ticket quarterbacks to bump up. Some of them got missed. The Shaun Watson got missed. Mike Vick got missed, I remember. The Trubisky got missed here. Decently mobile. Great thrower. Throw on the run's great. I don't think he'll have any troubles. He's not going to make anybody miss, is his biggest deal when he's scrambling. So he's like a pocket scrambler almost. You still want to, you could scramble, but you're still going to want to avoid content and not try to make any moves. So he's not exactly like a fun guy to scramble with, but otherwise a very mobile pocket passer. All right, next on the list. Now this is, I think, where I'm going to get a lot of the controversy of this video is right here, is in my quarterback rankings. Pryor. I put Pryor here. Now, this could very well change after I use Pryor. Pryor is one of the quarterbacks I have not used. But let's take a look at his stats here. Give me a second, my man. All right, so 660, 92 speed. His carrying's still 79. It's still too low. We'll pump his toughness up. Actually, his carrying gets up to 82, which is still on the low side, but I don't think he'll fumble like every play like you would expect out of somebody like a Watson or somebody a little bit lower. You still are not going to want to take hits or go for any of that. The elusiveness, ball carrier vision, these things being underneath the thresholds for their specific moves makes this not a great card to scramble with and have fun with on the move. So what I talk about is have the fun of to make guys miss. These are all B tier moves. So yes, you can make guys miss with them. They're just not going to be as frequent, and you're going to get hit and hurt a lot more running with this Pryor and trying to scramble out. So that's why he gets rated a little bit lower. But otherwise, looking at the passing stats, great stuff right there. You really can't argue against that if you're able to max him out with the go deep. But otherwise, his natural chem is 95. So make sure you get maxed out go deep to make him maximum efficiency. All right, next up on the notepad list, number 8, Mike Vick. All right. So Vick, I ran with him. You guys saw a review on my channel of him. I think this is going to go up tonight, I hope. If not tomorrow morning, you saw it last night. So let's go over to his stats. He has the Gunslinger and Never Stumble. Ouch. Now, you guys saw my review of Mike Vick earlier, his Ultimate Legend, his Legend card. When his cards came out before, he was in a league of his own. He's no longer in a league of his own. Other quarterbacks are sitting only 2 speed under him. You can get his move the sticks, go deep up. We'll just max him out just for show purposes. So these stats, okay, that's fine. The thing is, are you going to get move the sticks? I never got my move the sticks up. So I was sitting underneath the throw short threshold. You guys saw my review. I don't have to spend a lot of time on this card. 82 carrying is a little bit lower than I'd like to see, but he is a little bit fun to run with the spin and juke. But again, no longer in a league of his own. He'll miss some throw shorts, so that's why he is rated relatively lower than the other golden ticket quarterbacks that have come out because of that accuracy issue, and maybe a little bit lower carrying than you'd like to see. But otherwise, I think you're going to have a lot of fun running with him. He's still a good quarterback. The 98 elusiveness has him breaking tackles, as you saw in the game, or not the gameplay, but the review of him. All right, back to number 7. Who is at number 7? Number 7. Deshaun Watson got number 7. This is purely because I like the way he threw the ball a little bit better than I like the way Vick threw it. So Watson wins this tight race over Vick. Because of those throw stats. So Watson's also a little bit lesser priced. The throw power, you still need to get, there it is. I can show the move the stick stuff too, but not as fun of a runner, but can throw a little bit better than Vick. A little bit slower, 2 speed slower. He's got good acceleration and agility. But overall, I did like the way he chucked the ball. Not as well as the other quarterback I ran with that I'll talk about in a second here. Maybe a little bit longer, but still good card. I still say this is terrible, and I might even have Vick and Watson. Actually, I think I might, after talking through it more, I thought about it in my head. I went back and forth between these two. These kind of are interchangeable. I think I like the way Watson throws a little bit better than Vick, but I still think I might like Vick slightly better as a game-changing quarterback because of the moves. Man. Yeah, I'm going to switch it back. 94 speed is great, but I'm going to go move back, take a last-minute audible. Mike Vick gets number 7. Watson gets number 8. We're moving them down. There it is. Last-minute audible. All right. So, number 6 is where we're at. I think I'm going to get some feedback about this. Mudhead's very old Lamar Jackson. All right, the only rookie to be able to be made because, I don't know, EA screwed up is what they said. Well, I don't know if that's true, but let's go to Lamar Jackson. Next up, stats. All right, here you are. Good-looking card art. 1.55, so I think he's the most expensive one, but that's because he was released today also. So let's max out his go deep. Let's max out his toughness. 94 speed, so only 2 speed lower than Vick. He's got the throwing stats you want, hitting those thresholds nicely. The throwing run's solid, a little bit lower than you like to see. You want to see that as high as possible. Elusiveness 86, so he's not as good as breaking tackles as Vick. But spin and juke, he can do those things. 95 carrying is so much better. So much better than Vick there. You'll fumble a lot less. You'll have a lot more fun. But again, don't try not to take hits. You could try and spin out of them and maybe just take a hit because you're carrying so high. But yeah, there isn't much to say about this card that hasn't been said about like the greatest cards of all time. Nah, it's close though. It's not there, but it's close though. I think he's gonna be a fun card to run with for a lot of people. And now here's where I'm gonna get a lot of the crap. Why am I gonna rank Cam Newton the number 1 quarterback? Why is Cam Newton becoming the number 1 quarterback for me? Well, once I get to his stats here, I will show you. All right, Cam Newton. He's going for a little bit less in price. 91 speed. Let's max out his stuff too, like I maxed out all the others. Gunslinger Energizer. So you're like, well, he doesn't have conductor like Lamar Jackson does. Lamar Jackson's got the best chems. So why is Cam ahead of him? Cam's ahead of him not necessarily for performance reasons. Cam's ahead of him with my trucking motive against the 88 trucking. He's the most fun to run with. Cam is absolute blast. The 94 carrying is amazing. Yeah. So the Energizer is the best chem for running because you get to, if you chuck somebody or juke them, you get your Energizer stuff back. So it's not necessarily effectiveness, but it's fun. So if you want the most effective, I think Jackson's the man. If you want the most fun quarterback, Gunslinger on him has him at 6'5", able to throw the line a little bit better. You will get your passes batted down from time to time by rushers. That happened to me with Cam Newton when I went against a heavy man blitzer. His blitz would get home pretty quick, and then if I got the ball out, it would still be knocked down by like Nitrate Land or whoever's coming off the edge for him. So the Gunslinger is still going to be an issue, but that's going to be an issue for all these quarterbacks that have it. So that's not anything that you can really differentiate between them. But overall, like the stats here, the accuracies all hit the thresholds. Throw on the run is amazing. Speed is a little bit lesser. Like Vick's got +5 speed, which is significant. But Jackson's +3 on him. The acceleration, agility, all solid, but the other ones are a little bit better. Yeah, I liked this Cam Newton card a lot. And a lot of these cards, you could tell, like Mike Vick isn't as good because he's got QB style. I don't know, can you see that? QB style balanced? I don't think you can. Let me see if I can do this. QB style balanced on Cam. So basically when you run a option, they won't chase Cam, but they will chase Vick. So your options with Vick are inside zone. So your options with Cam are actually with Cam, and you can kind of catch the defense off guard with that, unless they specifically tell them to contain your quarterback. So go ahead and get Cam to have a lot of fun. Otherwise, Lamar Jackson maybe is number 1, but I'm still going to rank Cam ahead of him. All right, number 4. We've wasted enough time on the QBs. We are talking way too long on these cards. Shaz. Mr. Shaz at middle linebacker is my number 3. All right, Shaz, where you at? Let's get your stats. Chrome Shaz. There you are, 1.9. Is he worth 1.9? Probably not. Physical front, toughness should be maxed out anyway. Secure tackling out of my way. That out of my way is glitchy. You're going to see in the Shaz review how amazing that is. Catching 90, beautiful. Beautiful if you rush him on power move. Speed, amazing. Everything here. Looking at this. This is beautiful. Can run man coverage with him. Can do everything with this card. Why is he number 4? I don't know. No, I know. I do know. This is why he's number 4. There are guys that are like this but taller. Let's go to those guys that are like that but taller. Is Shaz the best user in the game right now? you know, Leonard Floyd is, at linebacker at least. We'll talk about better users here in a second. I like Leonard Floyd, even though I'm giving up, 3 speed? Shaz has got 97 speed maxed out. Floyd has 94. Let me go to Floyd's stats. So Floyd's a little bit cheaper. He's got 90. So you're giving up 3 speed for 5 inches. 6'6" on this card. Glorious. Run a little bit of man coverage. It's not going to be that effective, though, with only 94 speed. He can rush. He can user. He can drop into coverage with 94 zone. Amazing left outside linebacker, Leonard Floyd. You'll be seeing a review on him, I hope, soon. All right, number 2. It's down between Moss and Johnson, and it is going to be... Wait. I'll reveal the number 1 card first, like Miss America. Who is the greatest golden ticket of Madden 18? Mrs. World, Randy Moss. So that makes Moss number 1 and Kelvin number 2. Now, they're fairly interchangeable. I put Moss there just because of his extra speed. So here you go. And CB Moss. Both cards done well by their creators. So secure tackler and out my way. You can play them at cornerback, safety. Same thing with Kelvin. Here's number 1 Moss. I guess, look, did I say Kelvin? Calvin. I know everybody uses crap for that one. 99 speed, 6'4". Can play man, zone, great block shed, great hit power. He's not exactly light either. 210 is pretty good. So it's not like 180. Even though weight, I don't know how much that plays effect out there on the edge. But spec catching super high. Gonna get glitchy picks for you. Great user, great CPU player, great everything. Going over to Calvin Johnson. Secure tackler on my way. Same chems, same everything there. Stats, 97 speed. So you get 2 more speed on Moss, but you get 1 extra inch. 236 on this guy. It's a beast. So 1 extra inch or 2 speed. I'd take the 2 speed. Otherwise, he can't play press man that well. What's Moss's press? Moss's press is 96. 78. Yeah. Moss a little bit more flexible, but here's Kelvin. Yeah. Great safety, hit power, block shed, secure tackler, on my way. So that is the ranking. Let's go back. I'll show it to you top to bottom. Moss all the way to Tomlinson. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Call to action. Did you guys think it was a successful year for golden tickets? I think there were some pretty dang good cards made. I'd like a little bit more position diversity, but overall, the cards themselves, we got some real glitchy stuff, and I love it. I love the glitch. All right, thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.